Many people come to me asking me, Mo, how do I gain followers on Instagram? Or how do I gain more followers or likes on Facebook? And my answer usually is engagement. You want social media engagement because at the end of the day, followers doesn't mean a thing if none of them feel like they're friends with you, if none of them feel like they're your community. And so I'm going over 3 secrets to becoming more influential on social media. Let's go. You're listening to the Warrior Rulebook Podcast with me, Monique Harmon. I love helping people express themselves, protect their peace, and be confident in being them. You may also know me as Pretty Nikki, who started her online journey as a modest fashion blogger. Now I'm an entrepreneur. You'll see through my experiences and the experiences of others that change is possible, improvement is tasty, and meaningful connection is transformational. Come on, share your story with me. This episode is brought to you by Social Media Confidential, my 12-week group coaching program designed to help wellpreneurs or wellness entrepreneurs position themselves as experts online, infuse their personality into all of their posts, and build an online community as an extension of their brand starting in 12 posts or less. If you're tired of wasting time scrolling and comparing your business to someone else's, and instead want to use social media as a tool to drive qualified leads into your business pipeline, go to bit.ly/PrettyNikkiSMC to apply. Again, that's bit.ly/PrettyNikkiSMC. Get back to working on your business, your true passion project. My first secret for becoming more influential online is that you want to create and share your own content. Do you like making memes? Do you share photos just to share them? Or do you share them and tell your audience about a new idea you have? Or do you make a statement of something you're passionate about? Or do you share a photo and reveal a fun fact about yourself? A very common thing on Facebook is to share someone else's post or share, another video that you saw on your timeline. But have you ever thought about trying to see if you can use that funny looking picture and actually make it relevant for something for your business or make it relevant for something that's happening in your own life? How can you brand it to make it yours? Because if you keep sharing other people's posts, which I'm not opposed to, but if that's all you're doing on social media, you're not developing you. Of course, people can probably tell that if they're seeing a post that you shared, you probably relate to it in some way, or maybe you just think it's funny, but it's not clear because there's no you on it. You want to have a particular branding of you on it, even if you don't have a business, but you can attribute certain aspects of your personality to memes or to different pieces of content so that when people scroll, they'd be like, oh, that's from so-and-so. That's from another person that I know. Another thing you might want to consider is a lot of people love sharing quotes that really speak to them. So what life lessons have you learned that you can easily write in a short quote that might speak words to people, that may encourage others? And so what you want to do is once you write that quote, you don't want to just post it. You want to make sure that you put the @ and your Instagram handle or your Facebook name, Twitter, etc., just so that when you share it and other people be like, wow, I really love that quote, I'm going to share it, it attributes back to you. So that's a good strategy for businesses as well. Now, I do want to say this, when you are putting the @ and your Instagram handle, you don't want to put your Instagram handle and your Facebook name and your Twitter and everything else that you have because it makes the post look a little clumpy. So say you're just on Facebook, just put your @ Facebook name or the link, to facebook.com/ your handle or your name. That brands your quote and allows people that come across your quote from a mutual friend to be able to come back to your page and be like, wow, I wonder if he or she made any new posts or any new quotes that resonate with me, and they want to be your friend and then follow you on the various platforms. Number 2 is something that I usually speak a lot about, is sharing your story or a skill, because that is what makes you very unique to the world. I was actually just watching Michelle Obama and her memoir about becoming Michelle, and I was really surprised to hear her talk about like how powerful it is to share your story, because I thought that that was just something that mainly marketers knew. But to listen to the former first lady just speak about it and really understand how her story is so gripping and what makes her so different, it allowed me to have more respect for her and the different things that she went through to become the person who she is today and who the person she was in the White House. So it's really inspiring just to hear where people come from and to see like what similarities that we have. And it's just amazing just to find what commonalities or what similarities that we have, and just to be able to bond over that. It's very similar to becoming friends. You have your friends because you all share something unique. You shared a unique experience, or you have similar traits that correspond to each other. So it's the same thing when you share your story. You're able to connect with more people. People understand why you do certain things the way that you do them. People understand your makeup and why you believe in certain things, why you're passionate about certain things, how you attack problems head on. How do you respond to different things so that they're able to form a more cohesive relationship with you? That's all social media is basically mimicking real life. And so if you understand how to present this on social media, you can become influential just as influential you are in real life, face to face with people. And also when you share a skill, you may not know, but people can possibly be looking for that skill, and to find it from a mutual friend, that means they don't have to go out and get advice from a complete stranger. They can go to their friend and be like, hey, I am experiencing this problem. Can you help me? And in most situations, your friend is going to help you because they're your friend. So it's really good to have that sort of relationship where you're teaching somebody something and you're learning, because learning doesn't stop just because you're not in school anymore. And even if you are still in school, learning additional skills can just help you become a better person. Doesn't hurt you. Number 3, get to know your community. Can you leave an authentic, encouraging comment on someone else's post? I've been talking to people, and something common that they say is like, I don't want to, like it while it's online, or I don't want to comment. I'd rather tell you in person. And why that's very special. Not everybody has the chance to be able to provide feedback to people in person. We are very busy humans. We go through things, and we may not remember to leave that word of encouragement in person. So it's much quicker to leave it online so that people understand that you resonate with the content and you're happy with it. Don't be a scroller, be an engager. Running a business is already stressful at times. Trying to be consistent on social media seems to add to the seemingly never-ending pile. What if I told you that you don't even have to post every day to still be consistent online? Join my Get the Right Consistency Challenge and learn in just 3 days how to get visible online and build relationships with your target audience. You'll also learn what mistakes to avoid on social media and how to produce long-lasting content. Register now at bit.ly/consistent recipe. Again, that is bit.ly/consistent recipe. People tend to just scroll past posts and they'd be like, oh yeah, I saw that. And yeah, I did that. So it's like you have ghost followers, and it's like, well, there's no opportunity to really have a conversation or to build off of a post, because a lot of times people share a post because they know that certain posts will get a response out of it. That's why people post controversial things. That's why people post or list 5 things about this, or how do you draw a star? People tend to respond to those the quickest. But if somebody's just sharing a story, people may not respond to it. But if you do respond to it, that allows for more conversation. Like, I was really moved by this, and you can ask questions, and that's how you keep a conversation going. Just imagine if we were in person and every time we heard somebody say something or we heard somebody do something, we just walk by. And I'm saying we know these people and we just walk by like nothing happened. No one would have friends because no one's engaging. No one is building community. And so if you're online and you see something that speaks to you and, something that's not discouraging, obviously, leave a comment, leave a like. So that way that person knows that they can continue the conversation. They can continue bringing similar content that'll resonate. That is how you build community. You don't build community by asking someone to follow you. You don't build community by just liking 3 posts and then staring at their stories, presenting questions to your followers, presenting feedback to your followers, engaging back. It's a two-way street. People that predominantly post should also be the people receiving information as well. We have a rule in the content world basically on how you should be creating 70% of the content and receiving 30% of the content. And so at the same time, it's good if a person like me that is creating content constantly, if I'm seeing what are my followers posting, what do they care about? And so that way I can engage with them. I can leave an encouraging word for them. I can support them. It's a two-way street. You don't want to be the person that is just posting content and you never engage with anybody else, because that's not a community. That's not a relationship. That's honestly just being on social media just to be on social media. And social media has a higher purpose than, you just creating the content and you're not actually being friends with these people. So those are 3 ways that you can connect with people, is by being authentic and by treating it as if it's a friendship in person, because you want people to feel good for following you. You want to be able to provide value to people who are following you. You don't want to be the person that is always causing arguments on social media or engaging in arguments on social media, because that's not fun at all. It makes social media a toxic place. It's fine to have disagreements and engage in conversations, but when you start getting snarky or you start literally just throwing shots at people, it destroys the cohesiveness of social media. Social media was meant to mimic real life in terms of having friends, not just followers. You don't want to just have a follower count that says like 1,000 or says 10K and you don't post any content that actually can help or encourage your followers. Because for that matter, you could just go out and buy followers and it wouldn't mean a thing. It's just a metric system. I'm trying to get people to get out of that mindset of vanity metrics. Vanity metrics don't mean anything. Likes honestly don't mean anything. They're encouraging, but if they're not truly resonating with people and people are just liking it because they know you, then social media is really in trouble. 3 ways I'm going to recap. Number 1, creating and sharing your own content. Number 2, sharing your story or a skill. And number 3, actually getting to know your community. If you follow these 3 steps, you will become very influential on social media. It doesn't matter if you have 50 followers, if you have 2,000 followers. It's all about the relationships that you build. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Warrior Rulebook podcast. If you like what you heard, share it with a friend and join me over at the Warrior Rulebook Podcast Insider group on Facebook. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for more tips on how to be resilient in this world.